Hello, Havocs. My name is Crystal, and I am here today to welcome you to talk about the Liptastic game for Grand Canyon University men's basketball. And this past Wednesday, we were at home. Our last game before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone, by the way. But we were at home playing Sam Houston State University, or Sam Houston. Um, I actually, just for fun, I did a little history of our time with Sam, of our games with Sam Houston. Um, our history is not very long, so don't worry, it's not going to be that long. But it's, you know, we've had a good ri- rivalry. Not like we were mad at each other, but like we both knew what each other could bring, and we knew we had to be ready for it. All started in 22. When we went to their place for the first time, and our coach Drew um, kind of came back in a rush because he had missed the game we had on Thursday with the name's escaping me at the moment. I'll get it in a minute. Anyway, that game, he missed it because he tested positive for COVID, and we did terrible with that game. Um, oof, I think a 25-point loss, just oof, really bad. Um, so we like, okay. And I figured, I always saw him like watching that from home because he had to be home because of COVID, and saying, oh no, 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 no. I need to, somebody get me another test. And this time I need to test negative. I tested negative. Okay, somebody get me a plane ticket because we are going to, I believe it's Nacogdoches, is where Sam Houston State University is, Nacogdoches. We're going there. We need to get there like yesterday, all right? He gets the plane, and then he gets a car, and then he gets there like a few minutes before the game starts, basically, I think. Just boom, he's there. And we don't win that game, but we only lost by 2. So considering the beatdown we got 2 days, previous, it's not that bad as. I'm a glass half full kind of person, so I try to look at L's. I try to find something positive for it. But later I think I want to say February or something like that. Later on that year, same year, when they came to our house, we were able to do better, and we beat them. I want to say by 20 plus points or something like that. So we did get there, and then another time, we had them at the quarterfinals. We won then, and then came to, this past year where we went to their house, and this time we did better, but it was still a struggle because we had to go into overtime. We beat them by 4 points, but it was a struggle. And then we had like the game of games with them at the WAC championship semifinals. Oh, was that the game? Came down to who could make the free throws at the last second, because Ray Harrison fouled out, and I believe Gabe McLaughlin fouled out as well. If it wasn't for Kobe Knox being monster with the threes, even hitting 3 free throws because he got fouled at the 3-point line, we could have easily lost that. But we ended up winning the semifinals with them by 3 points. So I say all of that to say I do not come into this game with Sam Houston, even though they're no longer in our conference. I don't come into it lightly. I expect them to bring it because that is just what they do. And now, then it came to the game. At first, it looked like we were ready. We were like really, we hit 7 points off the top. They had nothing, we had 7. It was like cool, and then they started to wake up a little bit. And, because we got a little double-digit lead going in that first half. We're doing good. And then they kind of, chipped away at it some. I think it got down to 5 in the first half, something like that. But then we fought back, and then when it was all said and done, after the end of the first half, we were up by 10, I'm like, that's good, but I can go in a blink of an eye. So I was like, okay. you know, let's second half came back and you know, by the way, Javon Blackshear made his home home appearance, you know, first time since January. So it was nice to see him there. Didn't get any points, but it was just nice to see him. I just wanted to throw that out there. But second half came back and we were doing good, but they were doing really good. Because at one point we had like a 15-point lead, or maybe even 17-point lead, and then they finally learned how to work those 3-point shots, and they were hitting their free throws. Apparently, they learned from the semifinals and learned how to hit their free throws. Not all of them, but enough, you know. And then finally, around the 12:05 mark, I think, of the second half, it was we went from like a 15 to 17-point lead to a 2-point lead. And I messaged my basketball buddies, kind of similar to what I did for Liberty, and said, if we lose this lead, I am going to mute my phone and not listen, because I just couldn't handle it. You know, like I've said many times before, I am very wussy when it comes to us struggling, you know. But they heard us, because I think a 3 was hit after that, and then we got it into the free throw line and things of that nature, and we got back. We got back, and we had some great players. You know, I mentioned a second ago that Javon Blackshear didn't get any points. The interesting thing about Javon Blackshear, aka Nuna, was that every time he would get the ball, I'm like, yes, I get the point, and he'd pass it. I'm like, okay, and then we get the point that way. I'm like, oh well, that works too. You know, as long as we get the point, that works. But I wanted him to get points just because I want that for him. But he's looking at the game and who's going to win and things like that. So I know that he knows better than me. I know that, but it just, you know. But, you know, we did really well. We had, again, 4 players with double digits. I want to first of all shout out to Duke Brennan. My goodness gracious, Duke Brennan. He's just a sophomore, for crying out loud. And he's got his second season double-double, second double-double of his career. He got, his first one was against SEMO earlier this year. And then he got another one, 19 points, 10 boards in this one. I mean, he was doing excellent. I mean, that was awesome. Another shout out is to, let me get my notes. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out here real quick. Oh yeah, Gabe, of course, Gabe. Why would I forget Gabe? He got 12, you know, and then Colin Moore, or SEMO, he got 10, and TGF, Tyon Grant Foster, once again came through. He got 18, and there was even this one 3-point shot, and I want to say Colin Moore did it. It hit. It's like this is the hoop, and this is like the thing that holds the hoop up there, and it went here, and you would think it was about to fall off, but instead it went here, and then it went in the basket. Which is cool, you know. That was awesome. I'm glad that happened with us. So we had great players that, you know, knew how to, you know, they always say basketball is a game of runs, and Sam Houston had this, you know, this devastating run, devastating for us, great for them, devastating run, and then we woke up and had our own run, and so when it was all said and done, Sam Houston finished with 64 points, and we finished with 76 points, which is awesome. We won a double-digit lead, which is great. Awesome. Awesome sauce. So we finished that with a win. So far we are undefeated in December, which is great. We are now 10-1. We have not, now last time I told you we were 9-1, and we hadn't had that since 2005. Now we're 10-1. We have not been 10-1 since 1995. That was Division II era. That was NAIA era, you know, and that might have don't know this for sure, but that might have even been Grand Canyon College era. I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, okay, 95, 05, 15. That is 28 years since we've been 10 and 1. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome sauce. So that was the game. Nothing really big affected the net and things like that. So I'm not going to go nerdy on that this time today. But I do want to talk a little bit about a surprise game we're going to have on Wednesday, December 27th. This was not originally planned. In fact, as I sit here recording this, ESPN is not showing it in the schedule. Not sure why, but Wednesday afternoon on the 27th, we're going to be at Luke Air Force Base. And we're basically going to do a game as a form of entertainment to the Air Force airmen and families and things like that. It's going to be like a closed thing. So it's not even going to be on television. I'm only going to hear about it by listening to my favorite radio people on 1580 The Fanatic. Michael Potter is going to call the game. Now, Michael Potter is calling the game, but Paul Coro has family plans. So rather than having Michael Potter call the game all by his lonesome, we're going to have one of my favorite television people keep him company, Barry Butel. It's going to be awesome. Their energy is going to be just two forms of lightning and nitrogen type of thing. Just, it's going to be exciting to hear them call a game together. I'm totally looking forward to it. And we're going to be playing Bethesda University, who is that's in Anaheim. So, and I want to say they are a NCCAA, National Christian College Academy, something like that. Not Division I, in other words. And so with this one in particular, I am hoping that I get to see more of the freshmen play this game. Because this is a game that usually comes up with lots of points. Lots and lots and lots on our side. So I'm hoping to see Derek Michael Xaviero, DMX, play get some serious minutes. I'm hoping to see Michael Josephs play. And I'm hoping to see Noah Ammenheiser play more. And by the way, I meant to mention that the final minute of the game with Sam Houston, those three that I just mentioned, DMX, Noah, and Marquez, they got to play the Sam Houston game. So they put them in the final, 48 seconds. They got to be on the court. So that was nice for them. But this game in particular, that on the 27th, I'm hoping to see more of them. And I'm really hoping that we get Javon Blackshear Jr. to get some points in this game. Some points. Because this is a game, this is a team that we can play with well. I don't want to be disparaging things of that nature. But, because of the nature of it, I'm hoping to see more of that in that respect. So I believe that is all I have to say. I'm just checking my notes one more time. Yes, that is all I have to talk about on this one. I hope you all will have a very Merry Christmas. And I look forward to talking to you again once, maybe twice more before January starts. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the video. I am going to, and check for the links in the description. Because not only I'm going to have at least one article from Paul Coro, I think it's just going to be one article, and a highlight video. But thanks to the Draft-Matic, I will have the game from YouTube, the full game on YouTube in the description as well. Yeah, the Draft-Matic. 99.9% sure that is his name. I will correct myself. But that YouTuber is really good at getting the bare bones of the game, of a lot of our games, and I really do appreciate that. So I'll have that in there for you to watch as well. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, share the video, leave some comments as well. Let me know, what you like, what you didn't like, what did I miss, things of that nature, like that. And my name is Crystal. You've been watching me talk to you about the Lobtastic game, and Lobsa.